Halo, halo. Nanti gue sama siapa? Observer lu gue sama siapa? Observernya gue sama siapa? Halo. Gak liat, gak baca tugas nih. Bisa lu kok bikin announcement. Ini udah bisa dimulai. Vira. Belum. Nur udah di play ya? Udah di play. Oh, udah. Nyalain dulu. Sampai mau nyalainnya. Di ini enggak. Berat, ntar ada gerak dia. Udah nyala. Udah. Tes. Coba lihat udah nyala belum? Udah. Udah nyala. Udah. Bisa lo jenis. Gue udah coba. Tahan dulu baru pagi tuh. Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Miss.
Good morning, everyone. So, how are you today? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling fine.
Are you enthusiastic to learning today?
Yes.
Okay. Before we start this lesson, I want one of you lead the prayer. Okay, who's gonna want to lead the prayer?
Noval.
Okay, guys,
Okay, Noval.
before we start today, we're gonna pray first, so pray begin. Okay, pray finish.
Okay, thank you, Noval. So, before we start, I want to give the rule of this class. I want all of you not to focus in your phone, okay? Until I tell you to open your phone, okay?
Yes.
Okay. So, in the last week, we already learned about digestive system, right?
Yes.
But did you ever had a diarrhea or some stomach ache because of you eat some food in the street or not healthy food?
Yes.
Why?
Because the food is kotor. Yes, not
Yes. Because of the bacteria, like this child, right?
Yes.
She has a stomach ache because the bacteria. What kind of bacteria?
E. coli.
Yes, E. coli, the bad bacteria. So because the bad bacteria can make your stomach ache because the bacteria is entered into your bodies with the food and attack your digestive system. Nah, but what is the definition? Oh no, I want to tell you the learning points of today. The one is define the bacteria, and next you can identify the characteristic and structure of bacteria. The third is you can classification of bacteria based on the cell shape and the type of flagella. And then the last you can mentioning beneficial and the harmful bacteria. So what is the bacteria? Did anyone knows what is the bacteria? Yes, microorganism. What kind of did the bacteria have one cell or multi-cell?
One cell.
Yes, right, Nisa. One cell. So it was the microorganism with one cell prokaryotes. And the bacteria, it can be the bad bacteria and the good bacteria. The bad bacteria can be the pathogens and the good bacteria can be the useful in our bodies or in environmental, untuk plants or animals. Nah, but what are the characteristics of bacteria? Yeah, Brian, what is the characteristic of bacteria?
Unicellular and generally live in colony.
Yes, unicellular.
Yeah.
Good job, Brian. And the next, what is the characteristic of bacteria? Like what Novel said?
Mikro.
Yes, microorganism. You can see in your hands. You cannot see the bacteria because the size is so small. Yes, you cannot see with your own eyes, but you can see it with the microscope because the tiny is so small. It's only the size 0.5 until 1 micro. You can imagine how small it is, right? And what is the reproduction? Pembelahan. Apa itu?
Asexual reproduction.
Yes, asexual reproduction, but not the all bacteria is asexual. Sometimes they can be sexual reproduction. Okay, your answer is already right, but I want to complete your answer. Here, there are so many characteristics of bacteria. If the bacteria is pathogenic, they have the protect by capsule. So the bacteria pathogen, it can just die without any mati begitu saja gitu. Jadi butuh ada obat atau alat untuk membunuh bakteri yang bersifatnya patogen seperti itu. And then the cytoplasm, there are ribosome as a place for protein synthesis. And they have circular DNA called plasmids. And the last generally reproduce vegetative, so not all the bacteria is asexual but sexual too. So I have a video. I hope you watch it real carefully because after this I have a question for you.
At about 3.5 billion years old, bacteria are one of the oldest living organisms on Earth. Considering the evolution of life, they are about as distantly related to humans as possible. And wow, are they important to us. They are responsible for a range of diseases, including cholera, tuberculosis, and the plague amongst others. But they aren't all bad. There are trillions of good bacteria living in your gut that are essential to your health. In fact, there are approximately 10 times more bacterial cells than human cells in your body. Bacterial cells are very small, much smaller than plant and animal cells. They are found practically everywhere on Earth and live in some of the most unusual and seemingly inhospitable places. As a result, they come in lots of different shapes and sizes. Bacteria are unicellular prokaryotes, as we saw in these two videos. Despite being very different shapes and sizes, they contain the same elements. As they are prokaryotes, they do not have a membrane-bound nucleus. The DNA is in the cytoplasm, in the area known as the nucleoli. Bacteria have a flexible cell wall that protects them from physical damage and is exposed to the external surroundings. A flagellum that helps the bacteria to move. Bacteria have two types of DNA, plasmid DNA and chromosomal DNA. The chromosomal DNA carries most of the genetic information. The plasmid DNA forms small loops and carries extra information such as resistance to antibiotics, production of toxins, and tolerance to toxic environments. The ribosome is involved in protein synthesis. The pili enable the bacteria to attach to hosts and surfaces like teeth, intestines, and rocks. They are also involved in DNA exchange between bacteria. So there you have the components of bacteria cells. As bacteria are prokaryotes, they do not have the true nucleus but loose DNA in the nucleoid. They also have loops of plasmid DNA and the flagella and lots of hiding.
Okay, we already watched the structure of the bacteria. Now I want you to mention the structure of bacteria. There's an A to G. Okay, who wants to mention the A part?
I am.
Okay, Sabrina. Okay.
The A part is a nucleoid.
Okay. Do you know what the function of nucleoid?
Contains DNA.
Yes. Very good, Sabrina. Okay, the B. Who wants next? Brian? Do you want the B?
Yeah. B is pili.
Yes. Do you know the function of pili?
It's like a structure of the bacteria.
Okay, good job, Brian. And what is the C part? Who can answer the C part? The C part. Okay, Noval.
The C part, right?
Yes.
The C is, I think it's kind of ribosome, I guess.
Yes, very good.
Oh,
Okay. Next, the D part. Who wants to answer the D part? Did anyone knows the D part? Okay, Vira, do you know the D part? Yes, good job, Vira. Okay, the E, the easiest one. Yes, Nisa.
Yes, there is flagell
For what?
for
The,
bacteria to move.
yes, good job, Nisa. Okay. And what is the V part?
I want to try again.
Okay, Nisa, it's okay.
It's a plasmid DNA.
Yes, good
Yeah,
job.
Maybe like for kesehatan.
Mm.
There used to be like we can use plasmid to make some
Antibiotic?
Antibiotic,
Yeah, good
yes.
job. Okay, good job, Nisa. And what is the G? The liquid of the bacteria, liquid in the cell? Yes, good job, Sabrina. Cytoplasma. And what is the H? Did anyone knows the H part? There's a three. Yes, good job. And what is the A part?
wall.
Yes, good job, Sabrina and Anissa. And the last, the G part.
Capsule.
Yes, good job. Do you know what the function of the capsule?
To protect the bacteria.
Yes, good job. Applause to all of us. Thank you, student, for your active. And we can categorize the bacteria based on the cell shape and the type of flagella. Nah, based on the cell shape, we can divide into part part cell. The one is round or coccus, so it shape is bulat gitu, seperti bulat. And the second is bacillus or rod. Dia bentuknya itu seperti batang. Dan yang ketiga adalah spherical, Coccobacilli. Bisa kalian lihat dari nama aja, Coccobacilli, coccus dan bacillus. Jadi itu adalah gabungan dari coccus dan bacillus. Lalu yang terakhir adalah spiral, spirillum. Okay. And the next is we can categorize the bacteria based on the type of flagella. Not all the bacteria have a flagella. Sometimes they doesn't have the flagella, or we can call it atric. So, does not have flagella. The example is Escherichia coli. And the second is monotrix. So, the monotrix ini only have one flagella in the one end. For example is Pseudomonas aeruginosa. And the third is Lophotric. Same like monotric, but the difference is Lophotric have a many flagella at the one end. And the Amphitric, they have many flagella in two ends. Jadi di kedua ujungnya itu memiliki flagella yang sama-sama banyak. And the last is peritrich. So the peritrich have a many flagella on the surface of the body body of the bacteria. For example, maybe you can search at home, right? What is the example of Petrichos flagella? Okay, it's your homework. You can write it in your book, okay? And I will ask you in the next week. Next meeting. So the bacteria have two reproduction, the asexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. But I want one of you to explain the asexual reproduction by binary fission and the sexual reproduction. Who's gonna want? You can write it in the layar.
I want to try this.
Yes, Nisa.
Maybe I want to try to explain the asexual one.
Yes.
Yes, so the asexual one is the bacteria is divided into the two pieces. So the first one is bacteria have wall cell, and then bacteria have the cell membrane, and then the nucleoid cell.
Yes.
And then the bacteria nucleus started to divide it into the two parts, and then the cell wall and the membrane cell is started to make or maybe create like sekat of septum to jadi dua gitu, ada pembatas. The next one is the sekat or septum is divided the bacteria into the two pieces, like not in one again. It's already terpisah.
Yes.
And then in the last one there will be a tube of the bacteria, the new bacteria.
Okay, thank you Nisa. Good job Nisa. Give applause to Anissa. Okay, the second is sexual reproduction. Who's gonna want to explain the sexual reproduction? You can just read it in the layar.
Maybe I want to try the sexual reproduction.
Yes, dia.
So there's like three stages. There's a conjugation, transduction, and transformation. But I'm just gonna explain the conjugation.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so we have the first bacteria that contain plasmid, and then there's a second bacteria that doesn't contain plasmid yet. And the first bacterial that contain plasmid is make a contact with the second bacterial. So there's like make a contact. So the plasmid is moved into the second. So at the end of the stage of the conjugation, the bacterial, both of the first and the second, contain plasmid.
Okay, thank you, Jia. And the next, the transduction. Who's gonna want to explain the transduction phase? If no one's gonna answer, I'm gonna make it like sebagai homework lah.
Maybe I want to try the.
Okay, Nisa.
I don't want to. I don't want to work my homework. So I want to try to maybe like I want to explain the both of.
Yes.
So for the transduction is have called bacteriophage, and then the bacteriophage will infect the bacteria, and then they will release of the phage because it's already been infected before.
Yes.
And then the bacteriophage reinfection can make the new bacteria, and then the new bacteria is called cell recombination cell. And the last one is transformation. There was a bacteria cell, and then there was free DNA, and then the free DNA is taken by the bacteria cells, and then there will be a process like they call recombination DNA
Yes.
into the chromosome, and then the new bacteria will call recombination cell.
Okay. Thank you, Nisa. Give applause to Anissa and Jia. Okay, good job for all of you. So, benar apa yang dikatakan oleh Anissa dan Jia, but there's a difference about the asexual and sexual reproduction. The asexual is the bacteria can increase the number of bacteria, but with the same identically genetic. But the sexual reproduction is the bacteria cannot increase the numbers, but it can add some new genetic variation into the bacteria. So maybe the bacteria is different with another bacteria. And for the next is the bad and the good bacteria. In the good bacteria, for example, in our digestive system, for example, is Aerobacter aerogenus. So the saprofit in the large intestine of vertebrates, and the second is E. coli. Even the E. coli can be the bad bacteria, but in our bodies, it can produce vitamin K and decompose food in the large intestine. So not all E. coli can be bad to our bodies, but if it contents with the water or contents with your food, it can be bahaya, can be harmful to your bodies. And the example of the good bacteria two is manufacture of antibiotics, vitamin, and enzyme. For example, is Streptomyces spp. And the third is agricultural sector. The example is Rhizobium leguminosarum. And for food industry, the example is Lactobacillus bulgaricus. But this is the only example, salah satu contohnya. Tapi masih banyak sekali yang bisa kalian temukan contoh-contoh dari berbagai sumber tentang apa saja bakteri yang baik mungkin bagi industri kesehatan, industri makanan, ataupun bahkan untuk lingkungan. Banyak sekali bakteri yang bisa kalian temukan di berbagai sumber. Lalu the bad bacteria, you can see at the picture, there's apa sih penyakit ini dan apa bakteri yang menyebabkan penyakit ini? Yes, tuberkulosis. So, salah satu contoh dari bad bacteria adalah tuberkulosis. Nah, ada beberapa banyak bakteri yang menjadi patogen. Yang pertama adalah E. coli, yang tadi sudah saya sebutkan, bahwa tidak semua E. coli itu akan menjadi bahaya bagi tubuh, akan menjadi bagus untuk tubuh, namun juga bisa menjadi bahaya. And the second is Salmonella. So Salmonella bisa menyebabkan tipus dan food poisoning. And the third is Mycobacterium tuberculosis can cause TBC yang tadi sudah dijelaskan oleh Anissa. And the last is Clostridium tetani, produce a toxin that causes tetanus. Okay, we already lost in our lesson, but I have a worksheet to all of you, and you can work it as a group. I will make it into 4 groups, okay? You can, yes. You can read novel? Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, I give you 5 minutes to work this worksheet. Jika ada pertanyaan, mungkin bisa langsung bertanya ke saya, oke? Okay? Yes? Oke, wait ya.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Bisa? Oke. Semangat. Bisa dulu. Logotrik sama monotrik. Yeah, it can be 2 types of flagella. Bisa?
Kan TBC dulu ya.
Yang bakteri.
Ya matikan. TBC dulu TBC. Kali.
Oke, apakah sudah selesai semua?
Yes. Yes, Miss.
Oke, I give you 1 minute, to menyelesaikan worksheet kalian.
Step of focus.
Oke, time's up. So, because there's a 4 question and a 4 group, I want each group presented 1 question. For example, group 1 presents for question number 1, and group 2 present question number 2, dan seterusnya seperti itu. Oke? Oke, dimulai dari kelompok 1.
Yes.
What present?
Yes.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
We are from group 1. We want to present the structure of bacteria. So there is a letter from A to B, and the question is A is villi, and B is ribosome, and C is nucleolid. Our answer is
So Sabrina has already mentioned about the part of the bacteria. So for the A is villi. It's already mentioned about the villi can like for the transform like some parts of bacteria into the another bacteria, and for
Yes.
the ribosome is for protein, transfer protein, and then apa itu? Protein
Sintesis.
synthesis protein in bacteria use ribosome, and then the last one is nucleolid is have DNA to bacteria to reproduction as asexual.
Oke, good job group 1. Good applause. Oke, group 2.
Okay, well, hello guys, we are from group 2 and we are gonna present you about the answer for number 2. It is about the type of cell, bentuk sel dari bakteri, and then the type of flagella. So the type of cell of this bacteria is Bacillus, and then the flagella type is Peritrich.
Yes. This bacteria is Pseudomonas floretans.
Oke, maybe I want to mengkoreksi sedikit, boleh?
Oh ya.
Jadi ini kan ada 2 tipe ya.
Yeah.
Satu di ujung yang hanya satu flagella, dan satu lagi di ujung sebelahnya lagi yang flagellanya banyak, sehingga flagella itu ada 2 tipe.
Itu berarti monotrik ya, Miss?
Yes, good. Monotric and lophotric. Oke. Thank you group 2. Yes, group. And for group 3, yes, you can present the question number 3.
the asexual reproduction. So I make a note in here. So the first one is there's a wall in the membrane cell, and there is the pemanjangan nucleus, and the nucleus is divided into part. So it make like septum, sekat, and then the sekatnya itu terbentuk dengan sempurna, lalu dia akan menghasilkan 2 buah anak sel.
Okay, good for group 3. Give applause. Okay, the last is for group 4.
There's good bacteria and bad bacteria. Alright, yang pertama yang merugikan itu ada bakteri E. coli, lalu ada bakteri Salmonella,
Yes.
and then good bacteria is the Streptococcus,
Yes.
and then Lactobacillus, and the last Rhizobium,
leguminosarium.
Okay.
Leguminosarium.
Good job for group 4. Give applause, yes. Okay, good job for every of you. But I have a little quiz for you. You can open your phone and scan the QR code. Bisa, Sabrina? Oke. Apakah sudah semua?
Not yet, Miss. Trouble, Miss.
Oke, it's okay. Apakah bisa, Anissa? Oke. Okay, we start the quiz, okay?
Yang tulisan.
Iya, diketik saja.
Oh, langsung diketik.
Iya. Sorry, Nova.
Ayo. Diketik di mana?
Itu ketik di situ.
Di kotak. Sabut bisa satu.
Okay, I'll give you 10 seconds to complete your quiz, okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up, guys. Oke. Pemenang pertama dipegang oleh Brian. Give applause to Brian. Okay, thank you everyone for your active in this class. I'm sorry if waktunya sudah tidak cukup, but I want one student to give a conclusion for this material. Can? Oke, Nisa.
I want to give a conclusion for today's classes. So today we already learned about the bacteria, like the structure of the bacteria, how bacteria reproduction is divided into the exozoal and then the sexual reproduction, and then we already learned about how the beneficial bacteria, if it's a good bacteria, and then the bad bacteria that can harmful to our body.
Oke, thank you Nisa. Jadi benar apa yang dikatakan Nisa. Semua kesimpulan dari materi ini adalah bakteri merupakan satu unit seluler yang berukuran kecil namun berdampak banyak bagi kehidupan kita. Oke, tadi karena pembuka kita dibuka oleh doa, mungkin bisa ditutup dengan doa kembali. Oke, Nova.
Oke, for hari ini kita teruskan. We are gonna pray first. So pray begin. Pray finish.
Oke, thank you student. See you next meeting. The next meeting, the material is evolution, so I hope you study first, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, Liz.
Okay, thank you, Cynthia. So please, you can sit down there first and let hear the comment from Christopher.
Baik, terima kasih sebelumnya Cynthia, di mana penampilan tadi sudah cukup baik menurut saya. Di sini saya akan memberikan sedikit ulasan mengenai opening dan closing dulu. Untuk di bagian opening tadi Cynthia sudah melakukan pembukaan yang cukup baik, kemudian tadi sudah ada sesi recall materi juga. Kemudian tadi Cynthia hanya saja Cynthia perlu merangsang siswa lebih lanjut gitu ya, untuk di mana siswa itu bisa dengan sendirinya mengetahui tujuan pembelajaran hari ini. Kemudian tadi masih kurang dalam meningkatkan tingkat siswa dalam memulai belajar gitu. Jadi siswanya kebanyakan diam gitu, kurang aktif lah tadi pas opening. Kemudian pas di closing tadi Cynthia sudah ada penegasan ulang kembali dari conclusion yang disampaikan oleh Anissa, itu sudah baik. Kemudian tadi setelah conclusion itu mungkin Cynthia bisa mengatakan baik selesai sudah materi hari ini, mungkin sebelum berdoa gitu ya. Jadi tadi langsung sudah conclusion, terus Cynthia ngasih penegasan, kemudian Cynthia langsung minta berdoa gitu. Jadi sebaiknya di ini. Kemudian pas menjelaskan tadi Cynthia sudah melakukan pindah gitu ya, dari depan ke belakang, itu sudah cukup baik. Kemudian sudah memberikan stimulus atau pertanyaan gitu kepada siswanya. Kemudian untuk di PPT tadi mungkin ada beberapa slide yang tulisannya itu cukup panjang menurut saya. Mungkin gurunya bisa mempersingkat lagi gitu ya poin-poinnya. Kemudian tadi Cynthia sudah menggunakan beberapa media seperti PPT dan juga papan tulis, itu sudah cukup baik. Kemudian tadi pas di penampilan video, mungkin videonya durasinya cukup terlalu panjang menurut saya. Mungkin Cynthia bisa selama nonton video itu mungkin ada pause-nya, kemudian Cynthia bisa menjelaskan dulu gitu ya, kemudian dilanjutkan lagi. Tadi kan sempat nonton video tuh durasinya terlalu lama gitu. Kemudian tadi pas Cynthia bertanya atau memberikan stimulus, tapi siswanya masih ada yang masih bingung kayaknya, jadi kebanyakan diam siswanya gitu ya. Mungkin Cynthia gurunya bisa memberikan clue gitu ya, untuk agar siswa itu bisa menjawab pertanyaan dari Cynthia gitu. Kemudian tadi Cynthia pas bertanya tapi fokusnya masih ke baris depan gitu ya. Misalnya kayak barisan Vira itu Brian pakai itu kurang gitu, jadi sebaiknya diperhatikan juga gitu ya. Mungkin Cynthia bisa merangsang baris belakang gitu ya. Kemudian tadi di PPT-nya juga terlalu banyak ikon garis-garis gitu. Mungkin kalau tadi saya cukup lihat agak buyar ya, dimana tadi bakterinya juga gambar garis-garis ya, jadi agak membingungkan gitu ya. Takutnya siswanya malah fokus ke gambar ikonnya tadi, elemen PPT-nya gitu. Kemudian tadi gurunya mungkin lebih bisa menstimulus siswa yang belum aktif menjawab pertanyaan gitu ya. Kemudian Pak Cynthia bertanya kemudian dijawab oleh siswa, mungkin Cynthia bisa memberikan penegasan ulang gitu terhadap jawaban dari siswanya gitu, atau mungkin ada yang perlu diluruskan gitu ya. Kemudian tadi pas sebelum kuis gitu ya, sebaiknya Cynthia menanyakan dari materi yang sudah saya jelaskan, mungkin ada yang masih bingung gitu ya. Tapi tadi Cynthia langsung masuk ke kuis gitu. Kemudian pas maju kelompok sesi yang worksheet itu loh, kayak diskusi yang worksheet itu, tadi ada beberapa kelompok yang pas Sabrina dan Anissa maju, tapi ada beberapa kelompok yang masih ngerjain worksheetnya gitu. Jadi sebaiknya kasih time limit itu, batas waktunya gitu untuk mengerjakan worksheet. Kemudian setelah itu perhatikan siswa yang mau maju ke depan gitu, kelompok yang maju gitu. Kemudian tadi pas kelompok Sabrina dan Novel maju itu kan ada koreksi. Menurut saya koreksinya itu diminta dulu perhatian semua siswa. Jadi koreksinya itu bukan hanya fokusnya ke kelompok Sabrina Mukofa aja, tapi juga untuk ke seluruh siswanya gitu. Tadi pas sesi kuis Sabrina Faris mengatakan ada trouble, kemudian Cynthia gurunya sebaiknya bertanya masalahnya itu apa gitu ya, nanti bisa dibantu gitu. Mungkin saya cukup boleh dibantu.
First, congratulations, Cynthia, you did very well. Sekarang lanjutin untuk selanjutnya, yaitu ada memberi karya sedang belajar. Sebetulnya ini udah sangat baik menurut saya. Cynthia berpindah posisi ke belakang, ke kiri kanan gitu. Terus mungkin yang perlu ditetapkan itu mengecek kehadiran siswa ya. Cynthia memang bergerak, tapi hanya bergerak itu belum maksimal untuk mengecek kehadiran siswa sepanjang pembelajaran. Kemudian Cynthia juga menggunakan gerak tubuh itu aktif ya, gerak tubuhnya itu bagus. Terus Cynthia juga memberikan penekanan pada poin-poin tertentu gitu ya, dengan menulis terus juga memberi penekanan. Terus Cynthia juga aktif mengajak siswa untuk berpartisipasi dan berinteraksi gitu ya. Terus selain itu yang bagus juga menurut saya, Cynthia itu memberi waktu jeda siswa untuk berpikir, itu menurut saya bagus di situ. Beberapa kali Cynthia melakukan itu gitu. Terus juga Cynthia memberikan penjelasan secara visual, tapi mungkin oral enggak ya, mungkin karena nggak ada alatnya ya, tapi menggunakan gambar gitu. Terus selanjutnya untuk keterampilan diskusi yang menurut saya ini banyak koreksi, mungkin karena waktu juga. Sebetulnya di awal itu udah baik ya, tapi di paling awal nih Cynthia mungkin lupa ya, nggak menyampaikan tujuan atau topik diskusinya. Jadi langsung mereka disuruh diskusi tanpa dijelasin ini diskusinya apa dan bagaimana dan topiknya apa, tujuannya apa gitu. Terus tapi Cynthia mengarahkan untuk berdiskusi. Kemudian Cynthia juga sudah baik dalam menganalisis yang mereka sampaikan, bahkan tadi ada koreksi itu bagus. Kemudian Cynthia juga berperan aktif sebagai fasilitator ya, tadi menyampaikan, tadi mengoreksi yang siswa salah gitu, kurang tepat, kemudian berkeliling menanyakan apa yang sudah gitu, terus bagaimana diskusinya itu udah bagus. Terus yang bagus juga menurut saya Cynthia itu mengkondisikan suasana diskusi dan merangsang siswa tuh untuk berdiskusi gitu, karena tadi Cynthia muter ya. Terus Cynthia juga udah bagus yang memberi kesempatan untuk berpartisipasi dalam diskusi, tapi yang tidak terlaksana nih, Cynthia tuh nggak menyimpulkan diskusi karena tadi udah singkat ya waktunya. Terus juga nggak memberitahu nih langkah lanjut dari hasil diskusi bagaimana kemudian juga nggak mengajak siswa untuk menilai hasil diskusi tadi itu seperti apa begitu. Nah mungkin yang perlu ditingkatkan juga ini ya teknologi untuk memfasilitasi diskusi. Jadi saya cukup.
Terima kasih Nurul dan Intan.
Okay, thank you for the observers. I think observers already give you the details comments, yeah. So, Miss Cynthia, Bu Cynthia, how you feel? Bagaimana perasaannya?
Sedikit lega sih, Miss.
And maybe you can evaluate yourself. What still, apa yang masih kurang? Kira-kira apa yang menurut kamu kurang, masih kurang?
Ya, mungkin tadi pas penjelasan saya masih ada suka lupa beberapa part dari penjelasan saya ya, Miss. Jadi karena saya lupa, mungkin jadinya saya jadi memberikan PR kepada muridnya. Lalu ya tadi saya juga lupa untuk mengabsensi siswa dan lupa untuk memberikan simpulan dari hasil diskusinya, Miss. Karena memang tadi sedikit buyar pas waktunya udah mulai selesai.
Iya, terlihat ya sebenarnya kamu mulai gak konsen setelah waktunya menunjukkan 6 menit lagi gitu ya, udah mendekati akhir gitu. But I think for the first performance, you do well, you do very well, ya. Congratulations, I really appreciate. And I think in the opening you it's really good. You try to you give the student the rules for your class, ya. Itu salah satu yang baik. Memang harusnya memang ada di setiap opening. Jadi guru memberikan aturan di kelas saya harus bla 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 dan seterusnya. And that rules will make your student more ready to join or to do the learning in your class, ya. Jadi that's really good. So kamu harus mempertahankan. Remind that maybe time management kamu mungkin agak kurang karena tujuan pembelajarannya masih terlalu banyak, ya. In your lesson plan you put 4, ya, ada 4 ya tujuan pembelajarannya, ya. 4 or 5? 5 kan, 5 learning objective. I think because of that you apa ya, jadi terkesannya terburu-buru. So like I already said last week, as a teacher you must know what which content that you can yang bisa kamu jelaskan reproductions of bacteria, ya, for 30 minutes gitu. Tadi saya sempat jangan-jangan Cynthia nggak ada aktivitas kelompok nih karena udah sekitar 20 menit berlangsung tidak ada aktivitas kelompok dan all the material sebenarnya sudah kamu jelaskan, ya. Jadi agak tumpang tindih muridnya tuh, jadi ngerjain apa sih di evaluasinya kelompoknya ngerjain apa tadi?
Struktur bakteri.
Nah, ingat bahwa mereka kan anak SMA, ya. Sebenarnya mereka bisa mencari sendiri apa itu struktur bakteri, kemudian tadi bisa penyakit-penyakit dan sebagainya gitu, ya. Jadi guru sebenarnya tinggal memberikan source-nya saja. Please find the content in this di jurnal-jurnal ini atau di source ini gitu, ya. Jadi nanti guru hanya tinggal konfirmasi atau memberikan penguatan pada hal yang benar atau hal yang salah gitu, saat mereka presentasi di depan hasil diskusinya gitu. Jadi kalau tadi Cynthia udah menjelaskan semua sampai pada reproduksi, ya, kalau nggak salah. Terus anak-anaknya baru disuruh nyari struktur, jadi kayak balik lagi ke struktur, padahal struktur tadi udah dijelasin kan di depan gitu. Jadi itu yang wasting time menurut saya, ya. Menurut saya itu coba di arrange lagi. You can choose what kind of material that your student can find by themselves gitu, ya, or maybe kamu juga bisa pilih materi mana yang kira-kira memang harus
saya berikan penjelasannya karena itu konseptual dasar gitu ya, sehingga menghindari terjadinya miskonsepsi gitu. Itu terkait dengan lesson plan. Jadi lesson plan sangat amat penting ya teman-teman gitu. Kalau kamu sudah belum bisa menentukan mana yang ingin kamu sampaikan di 30 menit, ya akhirnya memang jadinya time management ya yang dikorbankan. I appreciate your perceptions, yeah, that's a good try. And after that, as a teacher, your experience is good, ya, you neat, gitu ya, rapi, bersih, gitu ya, jadi sudah sangat ibu guru sekali. And you try to use a whiteboard, video, ya, many kind of media, but please tolong diperhatikan kalau menggunakan papan tulis, kan kamu punya student di sisi novel nih, apakah dia kelihatan kalau duduknya di sebelah sini gitu, jadi mungkin papan tulisnya bisa digeser, or you can just asking your student, apakah tulisan saya terlihat dan sampai belakang gitu ya, apakah bagaimana dan seterusnya, jadi bisa dikonfirmasi ke siswanya. Last, yeah, maybe that's all from me. Congratulations again, and see you to the next performance. Yeah, I hope. But Erika, I think kamu kayaknya mencatat apa yang jadi komentar di minggu lalu ya. Jadi yang dikomentari di minggu lalu di teman-teman yang sebelumnya, di Erika sudah diperbaiki. Jadi sangat baik. Terima kasih. Boleh kembali ke tempat duduknya. And next performer.
Thank you, Miss.
Yes, thank you.
Buka aja tuh ya, Bu, di situ.